Grant Hill, phoning into the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Grant?
Good. I'm good. Just getting ready, studying, getting prepared for this first week.
Yeah, I know. And you've got quite a quartet of games on Friday with Michigan State against Georgia, followed up by Virginia against Belmont, et cetera, et cetera. So the first question, though, is mentioning any other teams other than Kentucky, many people feel is a waste of time. What do you say about Kentucky's chances of going undefeated in this tournament, Grant?
Well, they have a strong chance. I think the selection committee didn't do them any favors. I think they have the toughest region, that Midwest region. Maryland, potential Sweet 16 matchup. They've beaten the number 1 seed this year in Wisconsin. They were runner-up in the Big Ten. Of course, Notre Dame, potentially as a regional opponent. They beat Duke, the number 1 seed, UNC, won the ACC tournament. And, of course, also Kansas has the number 1 RPI and the top seed in the regular season in the Big 12 conference. So, these are some good teams, and if they're going to get to the Final Four and then ultimately win it all, they're going to have to potentially beat some really good ball clubs. And they're good enough to do that. I think we've learned the beauty of this tournament is that the best team doesn't always win. The best team doesn't always advance. But you have to be impressed with what they've done, their maturity, how they've come and attacked every game. And they got a wonderful coach who's probably doing one of his best jobs in his career with this ball club.
Yeah, and, what John Calipari has done and been able to negotiate the first 34 games of the schedule with a team that many people feel could be the first half of an NBA draft come June is truly remarkable. That said, you would know firsthand about how difficult it is to go undefeated all the way through the ending of the entirety of the tournament by knocking off UNLV back in the day. What is your recollection of going up against that team coached by the recently late Jerry Tarkanian, Grant?
Yeah, they were a great team, and I think sometimes we forget just how dominant they were. The difference we had in 91 as opposed to 1990, we had an entire week to prepare for them. And, of course, Coach had us watching clips from the game the year before. We were prepared in terms of defensively, our game plan, offensively, what we were going to do. We had been in a lot of close games that year. So we had won some of those games, we had lost some of those games, but we had experience in close games. So we just wanted to keep it close. We wanted to hang in there. We wanted to come out early and kind of hit them in the face a little bit and let them know, first and foremost, it's going to be a game. It's not going to be a repeat of last year. And as the game wore on and, lead changes and so forth, as we got close to the end, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, it's a 1-2 point game, and we're right there. And we felt like that was a comfortable part of the game for us. They had blown everybody out all year, and so they hadn't really been tested. And, we were fortunate to make the right plays down the stretch, and they didn't. And, look, if we had played them again another 3 times, they may have beat us. You never know. But that's the tournament. That's what makes it great. Cinderella is always out there. The upsets, the play of players is elevated. And sometimes the best team prevails and gets all the way and wins it all, and sometimes they don't.
Before we get back to the here and now, I want to stay in the Wayback Machine with you, Grant Hill of Turner Sports, at Real Grant Hill 33, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. What did you think of the I Hate Christian Laettner documentary, Grant?
Well, I saw the premiere. I was in New York. I saw it on Tuesday in New York, and it was good. I think one, it humanized Christian. I think especially at the end. Showing him his family and, I think his honesty and talking about a number of different subject matters. Obviously the hate angle is something to get everybody hooked and watching, but, we didn't hate him. He was an interesting guy. He was complicated, but he was a lot of fun. He was a great teammate. He was a friend, and I enjoyed my 2 years playing with him. Obviously what we did on the court, but the craziness, the wildness, the fun stuff we did together as a team, Looking back, we were pretty juvenile. We fought. We won in spite of ourselves sometimes, but it was all in love. And it was just 18, 19, 20-year-olds having a good time and trying to do something magical out there on the basketball court.
And, you're the one who threw in the pass that he then put into the net to beat Kentucky in that famed moment. And his celebrating by essentially running away from his teammates, a lot of people took that to mean a microcosm of the way you all got along. Would that be accurate, Grant?
Not, I for the movie they didn't put it in, but he was one of the best teammates. He used to get. I was fortunate that I had some great moments and great dunks and some highlights that we get to even relive now. He would get so excited when I would do something crazy, a dunk on somebody or something, a move or what have you. But there was a game we played in Buffalo at Canisius his senior year. It was his game, a senior game for him to go back to his hometown. And in the first half, he took one shot in the first half. And at halftime, I guess Coach K spoke with him and said, "Look, Christian, this game is for you. We came back here for you. You got the College Player of the Year award on the line. Why don't you go out there and put on a show?" And Christian said, "Look, I want my hometown to see how good my teammates are." And so he didn't take shots. He was passing us the ball, and we were scoring and dunking. And Canisius wasn't that good. We didn't need him to be good for us to win. But that's the other side of the story. That's the other side where people don't realize. He was a teammate that was really, with all that was on the line and all the awards and so forth, he was really selfless, and he enjoyed us doing well. And when we did well, he'd talk trash, he'd pump us up, he would do whatever, but that was who he was. And that wasn't necessarily conveyed. It was hard to get that in there.
Grant,
we loved him, and we enjoyed playing with him.
Before I let you go, I've got a minute left. Who do you think, outside of Kentucky, has the best shot at taking this down? Could it be your alma mater? Could it be Virginia, Wisconsin, or somebody that's not a top seed like Kentucky? Who are you looking at?
I like the Wisconsin-Kentucky potential matchup in the semifinals of the Final Four. Wisconsin is an experienced team. They're disciplined. They don't turn the ball over. I think their defense has slipped a little bit from years past. But like Duke, I guess, to a degree. I mean, they remember last year. It wasn't a blowout like the Duke-Vegas game in 1990. But it was a game where Wisconsin was up with a minute left, and Aaron Harrison hit that long, deep three-pointer with somebody in his face, and that really sealed the victory for Kentucky. And these guys in Wisconsin, they remembered that. And so I think the way Wisconsin plays, they are one of the teams, if not the team, I think, that has a chance. I said a chance. I didn't say they would, but they have a chance to potentially beat Kentucky.
Hey, Grant, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Congrats on the new gig. I mean, Nance is a Rolls Royce, and Rafter is an all-timer. And you're sitting next to them for the entire tournament, starting with Michigan State and Georgia on Friday, all the way through to the final game. So enjoy.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on this.
You bet. Anytime. Look forward to the next time. That's Grant Hill of Turner Sports.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.